So I'll say another relapse instead of saying second or third.
This is not a relapse. This is full blown, fourth stage.
Okay. So it's come back with a vengeance, I guess.
Well, starting at the vengeance. Let's see who wins the race.
Okay, are we good to go? Rolling in 3, 2, 1, rolling.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Tipping Point. Former Miss India and celebrity actress Nafisa Ali, who captured the public imagination with her first movie Junoon, is joining me today to discuss her Junoon for life. She fought and defeated cancer in the past, and it's resurfaced with a vengeance once again. She's being brave and buoyant and has agreed to share her journey with us. Thank you, Nafisa, for speaking to the Quint.
I'm so happy. I love the Quint and its intelligence and its sincerity in journalism. And the important thing is, I'm happy you're here. Thank you for coming. Because soon my hair is going to fall out again, so I'm glad you're shooting me with hair.
Tell me, Nafisa, how do you keep that smile on your face? It's not just infectious, it's inspiring.
I think I've smiled through life, even through all the traumas, because I find that it opens doors instead of shutting it down. That's my theory in life. It's important to keep the windows open, doors open, and believe in the universe.
That's your mantra in life?
Yeah.
So I learned about the cancer coming back through a Facebook post. You're being very open about it. And you said chemotherapy is set to begin again.
Yeah. Chemo is a very toxic process. Honestly, I dislike it immensely. But when I take it, I tell my body to enjoy the journey and allow the cancer to be attacked and depleted, and that's what chemo. It's not a joy in anybody's life. Then the after of this is my. I just came back from Australia, and 3 years ago I had a relapse which was operated on. So for 3 years so it's been 7 years. 3 years ago another relapse, and then I had to do my PET scan. So in good faith I went for my PET scan as soon as I arrived, because my children wanted it done. So then they told me you have 4th stage cancer. It's spread in your abdomen, in all the places, close to the liver, close to the pancreas, close to the gallbladder, blah 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 blah. So they said it's not operable. So there's only one solution: let's start your chemo. So I'm trying to attack it in the knowledge of the doctors, and I can only pray for the inner strength that my body can. Now that it knows it has to fight, I hope my body must fight it. Earlier, honest to God, I was absolutely 100% turbocharged and feeling absolutely fine. And I also, the funny part was, I never ever got sick. Never. In all these years, maybe I got swine flu, but I never got sick. And suddenly, I ate a lot of ice cream and chocolates in Australia. I don't know if that has done me harm. So I've stopped it all. No more sugar.
So when you heard the word 4th stage cancer, did your heart sink? I mean, it's a human emotion. It's natural to feel like, oh my God.
I couldn't believe it, because even in the first time, when they told me you have a very aggressive form of peritoneal ovarian cancer, which has spread because of misdiagnosis, then too I laughed it off and I said, it'll be okay. And this time I said, that was stage 3. And this time I asked, what's my stage? He says, stage 4. I said, okay, here's just another step. Let's try to work it out.
I mean, I love the way you're smiling through it all.
What to do? Otherwise, I'll be dead in 2 years.
That's probably the way forward. In the Facebook post, you also said, and I love those words, believe me, I love life.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
I love life, and I'm totally mother-oriented, home, helping people, and always there for anyone who needs me. So I just love life. I don't turn my back on situations where I know I can reach out and help. It brings in the activism in me. It also brings in the human nature or the human spirit, which today, we tend to just walk past or just change this thing. It really troubles me. We are in so much grief around the world, all over. And it's always the leadership that is manipulating, and that makes me troubled, because I believe in karma, and I think only the devils are prolificating, and the avenues are shut down because people don't understand the difference, because they are so, even for example, media is so manipulated or suppressed or oppressed. I don't know what it is. So honest media is also a very tough job now to hear or listen to. I'm sorry I'm talking about this too, but that's my nature. That's who I am. You'll understand it because you're a serious journalist.
So we were talking about chemotherapy. It has quite severe side effects. Yeah. How do you cope, with those spells?
This has been my first. It's 1 week now. And and after the chemo, then they give you an injection to stimulate your body cells. That also knocks you down with pain in your joints and all that. So and it gives you fever and it makes you feel bad. So I was bad for some time. So yesterday I felt better, and today I'm better. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be good. I even went for a walk 5 rounds of the park. So that's how I judge myself. Am I feeling better or not?
So
listen to my body.
Your goals keep changing?
Milestone to milestone. Yeah. Milestone to milestone. But I try to only walk. It's still quite hot. I think 5 rounds for me at my age and for the problems I'm having is good.
When the doctor diagnoses cancer, it's very difficult for the family to absorb. And I know families who use the word, they say C word. I mean, they're too afraid to even spell it out and say cancer.
That's
so,
it. I say that I always tell, I meet everyone at the MAF when I go for my chemotherapy. I tell people, don't hide it. Why is it something to hide? It's just a part of life. Cancer exists in everybody's body, even now. It is our immunity that attacks it and suppresses it. I had a lot of stress levels. Perhaps that's why I have had this aggressive relapse. But you have to keep your mind at peace. It's important.
Allow me to take you back to 2018. That was when you were first diagnosed.
Yeah.
And what were the symptoms and what was the treatment?
I was in Goa. And every day I walk on the beach for an hour and a half. And I think at that time, COVID was when?
Later.
Came later, no?
2020.
So, so these were those. So I used to walk, but slowly I found that walking home became like, oh my God, like I was like tired, which I never get. So I thought to myself, there's obviously something wrong. So I came here, discussed with the doctors. They said, do an ultrasound, do some deworming, take some antibiotics. I did everything. Nothing they saw. Then I went, I showed my reports to another doctor. He says, you are omentum. Peritoneal is like a balloon that encases your entire organs of your abdomen. Peritoneal are fat, like slivers of fat that protect all your organs. That's omentum. So he says, your omentum looks enlarged. I say, yeah, I'm fat, I know. But so he says, maybe that's why. I said, I'm getting pain. First it started in one place, now it's coming in other places. Why? Fine. Then I went again back to Goa. I didn't feel better, and I kept thinking about this. Then I came back to that same radiologist, and I told him, I said, look at my scans again, tell me. He said, And then I just cried. I said, I know there's something very wrong with me. I'm not a doctor. I am only a person who's coming to tell you, I know there's something wrong with me. So then he said, okay, he sent me to another doctor. And then he looked at it. You see, by then this part was enlarging. And I remember Madhutre, and she met me at a party. I was holding my abdomen. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. It's just so heavy. She says, go for a proper checkup. Why don't you go? And it was because it had metastasized by then. It had gone to stage 3, and my whole abdomen was full of liquid. And so then when I went for my, then I went back to my old doctor. I said, see, I'm giving you a chance now to redeem yourself. I'm telling you, there's something wrong. So they did another scan, and the scanning doctor said, oh, like that. So I said, now what? Shoo, shoo, shoo. I said, what shoo, shoo, shoo? What is all this? So she said, okay, now you go to Max. So I went to Max. Dr. Bharat and his team, they all sat, Dr. Harit, all of them looked at me. And they said, oh, you have TB. I said, I'll be the happiest if I have TB. Because TB in 9 months, I'll be cured. Okay, 1 year. So I said, I don't think it's TB. But anyway, so we all had a bet, 5 rupee bet. And when I did my PET scan and came out, you should have seen all their faces. They didn't have to say anything. I said, okay, I know I've won the bet. Now pay me. No, we are so upset now. We are so upset. No. I said, no, I demand my 5 rupees from everybody. And I took my 5 rupees. And I said, don't worry, we'll beat it. And Dr. Harit did my surgery, Chaturvedi, who was amazing. And I took out a lot. I even lost weight because it took out all my momentum. And it becomes stage 3, and due to, misdiagnosis. Because there is a test called CA125, that is ovarian and peritoneal. They never did this test on me. That is what made me go out into the public. I said, there is a test that can, today, cancer markers, that cost maybe 1,200 rupees. And if there is a suspect, instead of making somebody spend 25,000 on a PET scan and so many thousand on a ultrasound and doctor visits, just do a 1,200 test. Your marker will tell you if something further needs to be done. So I started talking. So that was my call to tell people there is things out there that you have to demand from your doctor if you feel unwell. Don't be a fool like me and be brave and finally break down and cry and tell your doctor that you're genuinely sick because they don't think you're sick. You know yourself. Your body knows what to tell you. Listen to it. Try, and don't smoke, don't do corrosive alcohol or things like that. Overindulge. Today Gen X is, many of them think it's cool, but honest to God, if I would relive my life, I never drank, I never smoked. Till I got married, I tried it. Because I was a national swimming champion, inter-school athletic champion, rowing champion, riding champion. So I was a full-on tomboy, strong athlete.
So the doctor tells you have grade 3 cancer.
Yeah.
And you say, give me my 5 rupees.
Give me my 5 rupees. All had to pay, all.
I mean, that was your first reaction to the diagnosis?
Yeah.
I would have been in shock.
Because I just couldn't believe it. I said, surely God has some other plan for me, not to die now. Because I said, how long do I have to live if I do nothing? About 8 to 12 months. I said, no, sorry, you don't play God, I'll talk to God. So that's what I did. You know, in all seriousness, there are many tests. For liver, there are CA tests. For pancreas, for everything, there are cancer markers. Please demand it from your doctors instead of, I don't believe in spending so much money. And biopsies are the worst thing to do. The minute you take a biopsy to see, do I have cancer, do I have, the minute that needle comes out of the biopsy, the cancer has been spread in your body, which is what they did to me. And the stage 3 happened because they had put FNACs to take out the liquid from my abdomen and all that. In that they found the cancer cell. But the doctor in England, he said that because you have punctured her abdomen, she has to first have chemo and then surgery.
Nafisa, talking to you, I mean, even reading your posts, it's apparent you are in love with life. You know, you even posted a photo shoot in which you talk about your hair growing back, and now you're preparing to lose your hair again.
Yeah, because I was very excited because they asked me to model, and I really enjoyed it. But they didn't, I don't know why they didn't release the campaign for, maybe I looked stupid, maybe they only put on the makeup and I don't wear makeup, maybe they thought I looked not dying or what, I don't know. They never released it. So yesterday I was looking at my phone and it came up as a memory. So I posted it.
And what about your hair now? You say you're preparing to lose
You know,
it again?
last time also, I remember after 12 days of chemo, I was sitting just here and I pulled my hair like this and a whole chunk of hair came out in my hand. And I remember crying to myself, I mean sitting alone, and I thought, yes, I actually have cancer now. So now I'm mentally prepared. And then once the hair started falling, then I said, what will my poor grandchildren think? Granny with her long hair, and suddenly. So I called them and I got them to shave my head off.
Oh.
So they thought it was a big game, and so they sort of felt ki, oh, we made Granny bald, you know. Nani bald.
So your grandchildren actually helped shave
it
off?
Yeah, they shaved it off. I actually posted that also for fun. Now I have 2 more little grandchildren. I have to invite them now to shave my head, who are 2 and 5, the right age.
So Nafisa, you know, we are having an important conversation and we want to help people who are similarly afflicted. According to the Global Cancer Observatory, cancer cases are set to rise by 57% in India between 2020 and 2040. What would you say are your biggest learnings from your own experience with cancer?
Not believing that I had cancer, but knowing I had cancer was my theory in life. And diet, you know, you have to do diet change. And simple, like for example, simple soda bicarb and lemon water, haldi water. These are the things everyone should drink in their daily life. Because if your immunity goes down is when the generation of cancer gets active. So if you keep your immunity okay with all these natural things that we have, I think these cancer, and don't have tobacco, don't smoke, don't drink, don't have too much mirchi, anything, carcinogenic, oil, not cheap oils. Oil is a very big factor in creating issues for the human body, which we don't look at.
And how do you manage your head and your heart?
My head is sometimes very lonely because after my last chemo, I felt the happiest in Goa, walking by the sea, which meant I didn't have my family with me. That's what made me lonely. But I was more scared about dying and not being there for them than being in Delhi and allowing the pollution to get to me. So that's a decision I'd made. And now I've decided that since this is the third big 4th stage cancer, it's important to move back irrespective of pollution, no pollution. I have to move back to Delhi to be as close to the kids, because now the little kids are growing up. They see Nani on the phone all the time. I don't think that's so good anymore.
So how are your husband and children coping?
Husband is an old man. He's coping in the sense he only observes me. And the children, they rally around. They're amazing and very strong. And if I go for my chemo, they'll all, and my best friend, Gabby, they'll all come and they'll all sit there and look at my face, even though I'm feeling sleepy because they've given me some anti-sickness tablet. But they're always there. It's important. It's important not to feel alone. And honestly, during COVID, I got locked down in Goa, you know that. Suddenly, within 24 hours, There was no food available in Goa. How can you just close down an entire nation in 24 hours? It was like, then I wrote on my Twitter and all. I said, nobody has food. What, there's surely, who keeps food in the house? I'm living alone. And I must say the administration, whoever that IAS officer was, they all came finding me and all that. And then they opened one place where people could go and buy things. At least that was done. Then my medicines finished also during those days. Then the Army and Navy helped out. They sent it to me.
I was asking about your children because in one social media post, you said your children asked you who they would turn to when you were gone.
Yeah.
And you gave them a very...
That's why family is so important, no? Family is important because we are all here on borrowed time. When we have to go, nobody knows. And you can leave without warning. That's the most traumatic. 1 minute you're okay, next minute you're gone. I think that's, for any family, or anybody who is cared for, it's traumatic. But if you know that there is time, that's how I thought. I said, let me prepare, because cancer can relapse and cancer can go away. There's no hard and fast rule. So I said, let me prepare them in the best possible way, and then they have each other. They have they have their children. So the family bond is there. I'll be a photo on the wall.
In the course of the interview, you've mentioned dying twice.
Yeah, because what to do? I don't want to die. I don't want to die, but there's no guarantees in life now for anybody. Forget about me.
Do you think about death?
Actually, I have found my nephew went to a medium, and he spoke to my brother-in-law who's passed away, my father-in-law who's passed away, and they all seemed in a very happy place. So I said, it's a new world out there. You never know. We can all party up there with all our old colleagues, friends, who we miss. They all find each other. And if that's true, I don't know how I'll send a message, but maybe I'll find a way to send a message.
So when your children asked you who would we turn to when you're gone, was it a difficult question to answer?
No, they have each other. I've made them all strong, invincible, intelligent, generous, kind, caring children. And to fight for their beliefs, very important. Not to be ushered into a situation where it's herd mentality, which is part of Indian culture right now.
So I do need to ask you, who do you turn to when you need emotional strength? I mean, you're brave, yes, but I'm sure there are moments when you need emotional support. So who is your go-to person?
Nobody. I just go out into nature and I talk to God. I always say I have like it's a link with God, and I talk and I ask for answers and challenges and all that, and I find the universe gives me some sign or signal.
What are the questions you ask God?
All sorts of things, everything. My instinct is always the instinct is actually what the universe tells me. That's my belief. The right, the wrong, to the silence. I don't tell, because long ago in my life I realized that I'm a sensitive person. I know if someone is in grief, I will reach out. That's why I feel happy when I told people that this is what's happened to me, and I said, now I leave it to the universe and all of you. And the wonderful messages from the whole world of my Facebook and Instagram friends or people who follow me, it just makes me feel that, there are people who genuinely, even though they don't know you, genuinely care. And if that caring nature, that bond, that human spirit, that human endeavor to reach out, if everyone could do that, reach out to one person, make a difference in their life, the world will be a better place. Right now we are not in a better place. It's frightening what we're doing. The products available, the access to AI, this chat GPT, God knows what all is going on.
Yeah, we're becoming more distant.
And I just read they encourage young people to go on a suicidal dive. I mean, these are realities. Parents have to be conscious and aware of all these things. We didn't have all these things when we were growing up. We were straight out sport and activity and all, but now it's all phone. Too much.
I'm aware that I need to let you go and I can't get you tired. So my last question, Nafisa.
I'm not tired. I'm ready to go.
That's Nafisa Ali for you. I'll still make it the last question. You've been a swimming champion, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Has that taught you to swim against the tide?
Against the tide, it's also taught me what Swamiji taught me. I'm a believer, Swami Chinmayananda of the Chinmay mission. So he says in life, you just get onto the boat, don't drown, and if it tosses and turns you, it's fine, and make your way back. So that's what I try to do. Play with life, because life is actually a game. It has a plan which you don't know.
But you've scripted your life to a large extent. I mean, you've fought very brave battles.
I really wish I could have done more. That's if you say, do I have one regret? I regret not being in Parliament, where I could fight for my country with the strength and conviction that I believe India needs. India is not an island. We are not by ourselves. We are not one religion. We are multicultural, and we have a future with the earth together. And the faster these so-called bigwigs realize the importance, we are destroying our youth and our future. And that's why this is the only regret I have.
Thank you for being so open about your journey through cancer. I wish you all the very best. I know you're a fighter and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Love you.
I can't give you a hug because it's not allowed.
No, it's allowed. What do you mean? Everything is allowed in life.
Take a picture. Great.